last Shabbos, we had 14 guests coming and about 12 spots available at the table. And I was very stressed about this, and I was making calculations and diagrams and plans. And then my husband said to me, someone just asked if they can come. And I felt this huge relief. I'm like, yes, of course they can come. That is the answer. That is the solution to this problem. And Baruch Hashem, everyone fit around the table, no problem, all 15 people. And why was it so helpful, that extra person? Because it made me realize, right, this isn't about calculations. This isn't about what makes sense. This is about holiness. This is about Hashem. This is about Kedusha. And as soon as I was realigned with that, the whole thing sounded like fun and exciting, and we'll figure it out, and it'll be fine, or we won't, or people will be squished, and it's going to be great. In this week's Parshas Teruma, we went all about the acacia wood, the Asay Shitim. So these were actually seeds that were planted in Egypt to give us strength of knowing that one day we're going to cut down these trees, and we are going to bring them to the desert, and we are going to build a house for God. We are going to build a Mishkan. And that's exactly what we're getting busy with right after the receiving of Torah. We have the Torah, and now it's time to put that holiness into action, and we are building the Mishkan. And so we're learning about this acacia wood. You know, the Rebbe's famous yearly talk that he would give on Basi Lagani, this yearly mimer, this yearly download of each year, going deeper and deeper, one of the main themes is Shtus to Kedusha. So what is the idea of Shtus, first of all, before we know what it is in holiness? It's the idea of these cedar woods, okay? So the acacia woods, in Hebrew, it's Atzei, right, wood, Shitim. That's what they're called. And what is Shitim? It's folly, it's stupidity, it's something that doesn't make sense. It's wacko-ness, it's lightheartedness, but normally in a very negative way, in terms of someone not taking things seriously, in terms of someone being foolish and just, impetuous and just doing anything that doesn't make sense. So normally, typically, Shtus has a very negative connotation. It even has a connotation of sin, because we learned that the Isha Sota, this woman in Torah who is adulterous, God forbid, what happened? The Ruach Shtus, the spirit of folly, came over, and we learned that she never ever would have hurt her relationship and stepped out of those bounds if it wasn't for the spirit of folly that overcame her. And we learned that every single Jew, any sin that happens, it's not because we really want it. It's not because we want to disconnect ourselves from God, God forbid. That's not our true heart's desire. It's the spirit of folly. It's the Shtus that comes and just takes over, and we've all experienced it in our own way of like, whoa, why did I just hurt my relationship right? Why was I just critical? Why was I just mean? Why did I just cause that fight? Like, what happened? It's like this spirit of like insanity. It actually really, basically what it is like this place of insanity where I'm not even acting in accordance with my own best interest. It's just this insanity came over me. So Rebbe takes that and brings us to this place of Shtus to Kedusha. What is this in holiness? Because everything is Zelu Amazet. Everything that exists in negativity exists in holiness and positivity. And we want to tap into that, obviously, and not the facade. So what is that in holiness? So we have the story about Reb Shmuel in the Gemara. And what's his story? Is that he was he in the Gemara? Was it Tana? Long time ago, okay? What was he doing? He was juggling fire and dancing with a myrtle branch. And we have these great sages. And what were they doing at weddings? They were going. That's the context. That's what they were doing. Where were they juggling fire and dancing with myrtle branches and doing all these fun tricks? At weddings. They were being mesamech, chassid, and kala. They were bringing this tremendous joy to the bride and groom. Imagine seeing this like Torah sage, this leader of a generation. What is he doing? He's dancing before the bride and groom. And normally, he'd be composed, his stature, very regalness. And suddenly, you see him acting just like a party person, like what's going on here? And so people question him, like, where's the honor for Torah? Where's the honor for yourself? Like, where's your self-respect, dude? And the answer was, this is respect for Torah. This is respect for holiness. This is respect for the chassid and kala. This is the holiest thing. And when he passed away, there's a pillar of fire that surrounded his grave, and therefore everyone realized, oh, he knew exactly what he was talking about. And this was Shtus to Kedusha. It was a folly, it was an insanity, it was a silliness, a playfulness for the sake of holiness, for the sake of this mitzvah of bringing such a joy to the bride and the groom. So how do we bring that into our own marriages? Because we're building the Mishkan, we're building this home for Hashem, and we're building our own Mishkan, we're building our marriages, we're building our inner homes and our homes with our husbands and our families. And as a Jewish woman, we have such an ability to have Shtus to Kedusha, such an ability to take all the fluctuations of life, all the ups and downs, all the things that scream and bring out the insanity inside of us, to actually take that energy and put it into holiness. What does that look like? It looks like dinner just got burnt. And instead of taking that energy that's going on of like, this is so insane, and blaming and fighting. It's like we are ordering pizza and we're gonna have a great night and we're gonna play board games. It's just like taking that energy and like, how can I just plug this folly, this insanity into holiness? And for me, a trigger is always like, okay, I'm waiting for my husband, we have to go. And so that's such a moment to step into to step into this place of this, not even for my own benefit, of causing a fight over leaving the door or making him stressed out as we leave because we have to go. And instead being like, okay, I'm gonna play a game, or I'm gonna read a book chapter in this book, or I'm gonna call a friend for 2 minutes, even though that makes no sense, but that's just what I'm gonna do. Or, let's say I'm waiting with other people, it's like, let's just sing, like I've seen before, like in really tense situations, like a friend of mine will be like, let's sing a niggin. It's like, what? Like, okay, let's sing a song. It's being able to just say, how do we just bring this to fun and light and joy in a way that doesn't even need to make sense? And women have such a power in this, because we really have this ability to set the environment and to take a moment to be such a negative moment or turn that into an energy of fun and play. And so the skill that we practice at Geula Wives is being the queen of fun and light. And the moment we tap into this energy of like, that's it, we're just gonna have fun here, we're gonna make this great, like, it really comes from this place of Shishta Kedusha, this power of the holy, of the madness of holiness, the holy madness. And for me personally, like when we're like there's moments where it's like the house is a mess and it's like, okay, putting on music and we're gonna like rock this out, we're gonna make this so fun. Or just the energy of like, someone's house is a mess, like, okay, we're camping in the living room, during construction, or like whatever it is. It's just being able to take that energy and bring it to a place of holiness, to be that queen of fun and light, and know that we have that ability. And so taking a moment right now to just think, where in your life can you take those moments that they're so routinely stressful and so routinely intense and hard, and be like, how can I access my own power to tap into my playfulness, my silliness in a way of holiness in those moments, to find games along the way of life, of picking flowers, or being able to see a messy room in a way that just like sparks this energy of like, we're getting this done with this like utter joy energy. And it's really like, when life is normal, it doesn't call this out of us, right? Normal in moments, I don't need to be the queen of fun and light. I could just be chill. It's moments that are hard, it's moments that are stressful, it's moments that are like begging for a fight between me and my husband, that call on me needing to actually go into this superwoman mode of activating this essence of my soul, which has this ability of silliness and playfulness. And instead of like saying the comment I think I'm about to say, to make a funny joke, or to just turn on music and start dancing, even though that makes no sense. And of course, I always invite everyone to our dance for Geula on Fridays. And for me, there's such an idea of Shishta Kedusha, of like, it's like the most stressful time. It's right before Shabbos, and what are we doing? We're putting down the spatula, getting out of the kitchen, and we are dancing. And every week it's like, what? This makes no sense. Like, this is not the time to be doing this, and yet this is exactly the time to be just going to a place of playfulness and fun. And so inviting everyone to think about how you can bring this into your marriage, how you can bring this into your routine and your day, and just to bring this spice of life, and how we can have, just even meditating on how we have this ability as Jewish women to take any moment that is hard and intense and actually bring out the light and the delight and the joy and the holiness that's there through our playfulness, through our fun, through our delight, through our willingness to turn that shtus, that insanity, to insanity of holiness. Because anyways, we just got riled up by life. So we might as well take that energy and transmute it into who we really want to be. To take that energy, not go into that lower vibration, but allow it to actually be that invitation, that no other way but going into that higher space of light and delight. Thank you. Good job, Miss.